Hi everyone, it's Melody Lane, and if you saw my last video, you saw how I did this. If you didn't see that video, I'll put a link to it in the description below on YouTube. So if you're watching this on Facebook or something, click the YouTube logo at the bottom of the screen and it'll take you to YouTube. And then there you can see the description. You can comment below if you like. So I made this butterfly, and after making the butterfly, some people figured out they could make flowers. And some people are like, well, how do you make the flowers? I'm gonna show you how. It's the same way I made the butterfly, it's just rearranging them. Let's just go up here to File and go to New. So I'm gonna get rid of the butterflies. And we're gonna start out just using some shapes. Need two circles. There's two here. And actually, let's just change the color just so you can see this better. You can see it better than on that dark gray. Now, you can take this and slice them as they are, and you'll have this cut out here for a flower. Let's go ahead and duplicate this. Let's get these out of the way. Okay, let's do this. Just put a box around them. They both have to be selected, and as you can see over here, they're both selected. And then go up here and click Slice. So there you have one thing, and you're like, well, what is that? It's not a flower. I'm just going to duplicate it for now. Well, I was going to show you, you can change it. You can make it like that. You can make this any shape you want. Are you seeing a flower petal at all in any of these? Now, if you don't want it with this big, because this is going to be the negative part of the flower, and then this part right here is the part that will flip up. It will not cut down here. The cut is up here. So when you attach it as a petal, it'll be this way. Let's change this. This is the actual better way if you want it shaped like this. Let's bring that one to the front so I can see it. Okay, now to make sure these are even, I'm going to align them and center horizontally. So just moved it just a little bit so these sides will be even. Okay, now I'm going to go around there and click Slice. Oh, you know what? I'm going to move this up a little. There. So it's more of an even line around the whole thing instead of like this, where this much space is here. So put a box around them. They're both selected. Slice. So now this would be the petal of a flower. And if you can't see that, let me, okay, I'm going to move these out of the way. I might use those later. Let's duplicate this a few times. Now, this does take time to make a flower like this. One thing you have to remember, do not touch the flowers. If you touch it like this is all going to cut out, and this will be cut out if all of the petals are touching. It's just going to cut out like a normal flower would. If you don't want it to cut out and you want it to be so you can just lift the petals, they cannot touch. You have to have open space between them. And what I'm doing is trying to get the same amount of space between the two. I'm going to do one, this angle, then one. Let's see if we can see that angle. Let's do it at a 45 degree. Okay, so that's at a 45 degree angle. Let's move this to 90 so it's perfect. This one is rotated at 0. And then this one, let's try 315. Okay, so I have those exactly where I want them. Whoops. Let's duplicate before we do it anymore, because I'm going to weld these. Once you weld, you cannot unweld unless you undo. So I want to have one of these so I can make more if I need to. So we're going to click weld. I know it's not a finished flower yet. Okay. And let's duplicate. Now we're going to click the edit panel and we're going to mirror it 2 ways. So we're mirroring it that way and this way. So we're going to put this right here. And I'm looking at here and here, seeing if they match the space around it. And it looks like they do. Let's move this stuff out of the way. So I'm going to put a box around all of it and go to the layers panel and select weld. So we have a flower. You can use it as it is. Now, as you can see, there's no space around here. The only thing that's actually cutting out are these purple lines. And what you want to do is slice this into another image. But I'm going to show you a little bit more before I show you that. So let's duplicate this. We're going to shrink the duplication. Shrink it more. So there. There, that looks good. It's not totally perfect, centered, but remember, nature never is. So that's something you can add to the middle. This will also not cut out because of the lines here. They might be really, really close though, so be careful on how small you go there. Maybe when you're doing it, you could always put more room here if you're going to make small ones. Okay, so now this one, let's duplicate that again because I'm going to make it smaller. Let's scroll down a little. Let's put a box around it and slice. There. So now I have a smaller petal. Let's duplicate that a few times. And I could place these in between here. And this does take a lot of time. I understand that some people just like it really easy, and like on curved words, you have to do it one letter at a time and place them over a like shape or a stencil or something so they're straight on how you want them. So you guys seeing what I'm doing? So now we got more to our flower. You could make these shorter or do anything you want. Use your imagination. The possibilities are endless. So there's another flower. Oops. Let me duplicate that just to make sure I have one before I weld it all. There. Now, when you slice this, let's show you what happens. Okay, arrange to the back. And we want to align it we're going to center it. They're both still selected, so I'm going to slice it. So now you'll get something like this, and all these little petals will flip up. These two. Okay. Let's move this out of the way. Okay, now let me show you how to do, let's just start over some new circles. Let's make them green. Okay, say I want to make the center of a flower. I don't want it to go all the way down like this. So we're going to unlock this one. This is the top one. And I'm just going to stretch it out. And you can make it any way you want it. Like, you'll have different shapes just by making new shapes. Actually, I don't want it that much. I think like that. You just have to play around with it. Don't think you can do this project in 5 minutes. Okay, so here's what we're going to use for the middle. We're going to make a circle. Now you cannot make them touch. That's the point of this. Do not have them touch or you're just going to cut out a circle. You need to leave space in there. Now, I'm going to give you another idea to help use as a guide. Let's insert a circle. So you can use that circle as a guide to move these around it. That's good enough. So now we have this, and I'm going to weld this to make it one piece. In order to slice these through a shape of some kind, a card or a circle or a square or whatever you want to do, they have to be welded because they have to be as one piece. You cannot slice more than one image at a time. That is why I'm welding. So, oh, I was going to do this. Let's get these out of the way. So if I wanted a little circle, I could do this. Let's make it a little bigger. Now this, you could do this as a solid circle to cut out. It would still look cool. But this way, it's not going to really fold up, but it will show a circle without a circle coming out. Which actually, in the middle of this one, I would put a full circle. Just do a circle. But if you wanted a circle not cut out, this is how you would make it. You could do an owl with the feathers sticking out. Sally Dobb did that one. She did a peacock. I will do some projects coming up. Let me show you. If you're not sure how to plan your flower, I'm going to go in here. We're going to cheat. Let's say you wanted to do this flower. It's from Kate's ABCs. I'm going to bring this one in. Okay, so what if we want petals to look like that? Orange. So we're going to unlock this. And now I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to try this. Actually, unlock. Okay, I'm going to duplicate that one. move it like this. Move this one like this. Let's get these kind of even. Let's align the top. Okay, now we're going to weld them. And it's a heart. Duplicate it. Maybe we could just do this using a heart. Okay, so now we're going to try to mimic this. It might not be exact. And we're going to slice. So now we have a petal shaped a lot like this one. It's not perfect, but I really don't care. Doesn't have to be. So then you put this around. And just place that how you want it. Okay, let's duplicate this. And then that's how they did the next one inside it. So like the yellow one, make sure the edges of these do not touch anything. So you don't want them to touch at all. If you touch it, it's kind of ruined. But this is how these petals here will lift up and these will lift up. So you might have to move that over a little so they don't touch. The inner ones will not touch. I'm just going to move these over. Okay, and I'm going to take those. I'm going to weld those just to make it faster. Duplicate. Okay, so say you wanted a little circle in here. Whoops. And if you are a perfectionist, I'm sorry, you might not have the patience. And I would also always test this out on plain white cheap paper. So that's how you can mimic. You can't, well, I guess you could add another petal in here to mimic that one. I really don't think it's necessary though. So that is another flower. I'm going to take this center one out. I think I would like it with just a circle. Hold it. Let's duplicate this. Let's weld that. There. So now this is another flower. It really didn't take me that long to do this. You could use a star. You could use a diamond. Let's unlock it. Let's just duplicate that one. Let's align, center horizontally, and slice. So actually this shape, this one I'm moving around, is going to be the shape of the flower or whatever you're making. This part will be cut out, so the shape inside is going to be what shows up. Oh, we can make a sun. That would be fun. Love the sun. So let's duplicate this. Turn it. And if you turn it, so these are lined up. See how those are lined up? Let's duplicate it again. I think I don't have enough room over here, I don't think. Oh, no, other way over. There we go. So these ends are parallel. Let's try this. Actually, let me take two of these, weld those together, and duplicate. Okay, now we have a sun. We could also put this in the center. Let's weld. Oh, didn't get it all in there. And we got too much this time. Still not in there. See that? That's how you know it's not selected. You have to have the whole thing. There we go. And now it's still not in here. I'm going to send this to the back. So I can click on this. Holding my command key, clicking on this. Now I got them together. And the suns aren't green, they're yellow or orange. There we go. But like I said before, you won't see this color. This is the color you put underneath the paper. So you'd cut this out in white paper and maybe use yellow paper to put underneath it. And you can make a sun. I would love to see your ideas. If you want to share pictures, you could Instagram them to me. Melody Lane 815, or my Facebook or Twitter is all Melody Lane 815. Thanks for watching, guys. I'd love to see your creations, and subscribe for more. And we have a really cool mystery hop coming up. It's a video hop with 5 other YouTube channels. It's going to be really cool. There's going to be prizes. I hope you watch that. It will start May 31st, 2015. I'll see you in the next video. And here's a shout out to a few of the people who support me on Patreon. I'm also going to give everyone who supports me this file that will have all these different ones I just made without all this little garbage. Okay? Love you guys. Bye. Bridgetta Dahlberry and November Moss, Samantha Coleman, Lydia Henley, Barbara Wharf, Deborah McGuire, Sandra Ramos, Donna Nora Stadler, Evelyn Webb, Marty, Sue Ann Matthews, Nancy White, Kathy Hanusa, Ian Garland, Trish Chaplin, Susan Peters, Rose Andrews, Dee Jones, Tabitha Carroll, and Bonnie Blotch. Thank you guys. I appreciate you all.